Good morning, friends. Good morning to you, and welcome back to GBL-The Ole Church, 5 Acre Homestead, 6:30 a.m., Friday morning, April the 14th, 2 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a spring day, folks, and I have got lots to show you in this Friday video, this TGIF video. But as always, what do Mr. Garry do on Friday morning? You got that right. You got that right indeed. It's time to get the garbage out to the curb. But before we do that, I want to show off. My brand new hat. A friend of mine recently went to the Dominican Republic and brought Mr. Garry back a ball cap. He went and stayed at a resort there in Punta Cana, or Canta, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Miss Betty and I, we've never been there. If some of our friends who've got deep pockets want to send Miss Betty and I the plane fare to spend a week in the Dominican Republic, we will oblige you and we will accept your generosity and we will go off there for 8 to 10 days. Thank you very, very much in advance. Just a joke, just funny, folks. Let's get this garbage out to the curb, shall we? Our garbage this week, we have a container overflowing, looks like. This one is full of garbage, so let's take this one out to the curb. Now, as I said, it's 2 degrees. It is a spring day, and I do have lots to show you in this video. It's quite mild, and if you can look around at my street here, we're on a cul-de-sac, a lot of our snow has melted, and I'm going to show you our raised bed vegetable garden and our greenhouse very, very soon, because Mr. Garry is eager and hitching to get out there into the soil and get my hands full of dirt. Let's go back and get the other one. Now, you've already probably had a sneak peek inside my Silverado. I want to talk to you about what's going on there also. Here's a bag of Pro Mix. We've already used one, and we've got another brand new one ready to go to plant up some seeds. Now, what's in this container? Not a lot, just a couple of bags of recyclables. So this has to go to the curb as well. So let's do that. After I get this one, I'm going to talk to you about what's in the back of my Silverado pickup and what that means. So let's get this one out. Mr. Garry will spin around. We spin around here, get this second container out to the curb with his buddy. There they are for Mr. Garbage Man. And someone will bring them back to their resting spot by the side of the step. Now, let me share with you what's going on in the back of my Silverado pickup. Well, I went to a local hardware store yesterday, a box store, got some supplies, and there were some free pallets there. So, of course, Mr. Garry grabbed those. In this cardboard box right here, I have some anchor bolts. Look at that. I have 30, actually. 30 anchor bolts for concrete. I'm going to tell you about that. I also have 36 10-foot lengths of 5/8 rebar. Mr. Garry is getting ready to construct and build a large barn at the old church. Yes, indeed, that's what we're at. We're at the very early stages of getting our barn constructed. We've got the land to get prepared. So I've already chatted with an excavator company that has to go to the old church and dig over some ground and then put in some stones and tamp all that down to make a really, really good foundation to begin the framing for the concrete work. And that's what these rebar lengths are for. And that's what the anchor bolts are for, is to begin the foundation for a very, very large barn. A 30 by 50 two-story barn with a couple of wings on it as well. And I'm going to be carrying you through that process over the next few months and into the fall. Another bag of Pro Mix for some of the seeds that we are sowing. We've been sowing a lot of seeds in the garage over the last few days. And let me take you inside my garage and show you that. So here's our table set up for the sowing of our seeds, folks. We have quite a few already sown, as I've said in a previous video. So go check that one out, sowing seeds video. Okay, so here toward the window, we have 3 trays of peppers. We have our hot peppers toward the window. We have some yellow peppers and some green peppers. In these 2 trays right here, we have some Tama green tomatoes toward the back of each tray. And then we have the remainder of these trays. We have 12 here, and we have about 9 over here of Manitoba variety of tomatoes. So that's what we got planted there. We have some summer savory planted as well. We have to get our sugar baby watermelons planted. That's going to be done over the next few days. We're also going to be planting some onion seeds very, very soon. Now, we are a little bit behind the 8 ball because most people in this planting zone, 5A, have their onion seeds planted. We're going to be planting those today. We also have some onion bulbs, a variety pack this time. Miss Betty picked up 3 different kinds of onions that we're going to try. So we're going to be planting those out in the garden. We're going to direct sow these bulbs when the ground thaws out and we can actually get out there and plant. But this package of onion seeds that you see right here, the variety is Valencia. So we're going to try those and see what kind of success we have with them. Okay, so we still have our sugar snap peas to plant and our corn. And as you can see, there's lots of other packages of seeds there that we have yet to plant. So that's going to take place over the next few weeks. And when all chances of frost have gone and we can get out and dig the soil over, we'll be directly sowing a lot of our seeds. I want to take you out and now show you around the raised bed vegetable garden. You will be impressed. I do recall, folks, that in the last video that I showed you this particular area, and I stood right here on my driveway, there was a large bank of snow right there. That's been melted since. And let's come back toward the outdoor kitchen and the raised bed vegetable garden. There's not much snow left here as well. There's the steps to Miss Katie's apartment, and there's her door and her patio. So as you can see, all of my stones are exposed. Let's get back here toward the raised bed garden. And I think when I showed you this last week, there was about 2 feet of snow here. And there's still quite a bit of snow in toward the house where there's very little sunshine, where there's a lot of shade. So that's still not melted. But out toward the edge of our garden, our raised bed garden, you can see some of the beds are now exposed. And those hugelkultur beds that Mr. Devon and I made last year, and we filled up with all kinds of organic and compostable things. We're going to be planting those very, very soon and finish them. We're going to be putting some tops on those for some hanging baskets and lights and that kind of stuff. And we'll be getting at that later on this summer. The walkway to my raised bed garden is almost exposed. And hopefully throughout today, now in the next couple of days, I'll be able to walk back there very, very easily and get to the greenhouse. There's our greenhouse door. If I stepped across the beds right here, I can actually get inside the greenhouse. So I'm going to try to do that very carefully. And you can follow along with me. We get over to the greenhouse door and let's go inside our greenhouse. Now, it still exists. It still exists as a storage shed. There's our patio furniture that goes inside our gazebo, our propane lanterns there, our little stoves that we put out in the gazebo. Some more patio furniture right here, as you can see. Some of our pots. I've taken some of it into the garage that we're using for sowing seeds right now. There's our lights, our solar lights that we put in the beds. Okay, there's our little friends that we put out in our garden. Okay, our squirrels and our bunnies and our dove. Okay, so this is our greenhouse. And folks, follow along because in a month's time probably, or a little more than that, we'll be out here sowing seeds and transplanting some plants in these beds inside our greenhouse. Can't wait to get out here, folks. Can't wait to get out here indeed. Okay, now let me close that door again. And let me walk back over this bed without tripping and falling. All right. So a lot of snow has melted, as I said. Let me get back to our driveway here. Oh, before I do that, let me show you our patio. Look at that. Not a lot of snow left in here, is it? So very, very soon, we'll be able to clean this up, probably put on a fresh coat of paint, and get our patio furniture inside our gazebo so we can get out here and do some entertaining. Okay, back to our driveway. As I said, a lot of the snow has melted. It is 2 degrees today. If I've been quiet, you can hear some birds chirping. Not sure if our buddies are going to come back this year. Last year, we had a couple of birds go inside our outdoor kitchen, and they made a nest right up here in this little cavity here in our wall. And we didn't have the heart to destroy it, of course, so we left it there until the eggs hatched, and the little birds, there was 4 little birds hatched out of that nest and went off wherever with their mom and dad. So we're going to see if they're going to come back and rebuild their nest. A lot of snow, as I said, has already melted. Here's the edge of my shed, and there's the compressor for my heat pump. Folks, I want to thank you for stopping by this morning for my TGIF Friday update video, and to check in on us and see what's on the go. Mr. Garry and Miss Betty, we've got lots happening over the next few months here at our homestead. The barn is the big thing, of course, down at the old church, getting that constructed so we can get a lot of things out of the old church so we can finish that. Also a big thing is getting all of our plants and all of our vegetables planted in these raised beds and in our greenhouse and in those ugle culture beds. I might try those fish pans over there too. We have, I think 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 11 fish pans over there. We might try to grow something in them as well. So stay tuned for all of that. Lots happening here on our homestead, folks. Thank you always for joining us. We appreciate all the likes. We appreciate all the comments and all the shares. And of course, we do appreciate you subscribing to our YouTube channel. And that's GBL-The Ole Church, 5 Acre Homestead. Thank you always. Garry, signing out. Bye for now.